That is by far the best pencil sharpener I've ever bought for these mechanical pencils. This, oh, it doesn't, oh, Uni, where you at? Uni? This thing is dope. It is the pencil sharpener of choice from Casa de Mello. Welcome and welcome back, everybody. This is Arts of the Round Table. My name is Mello, and today I'm going to start and finish, hopefully, a series that I started earlier this year on black media paper. Oh, Lord. Nothing worse than dropping a kneaded eraser in a home that has pets. Anyway, today I'm going to try to finish a series that I started a couple of months ago on black media paper. And the reason why I want to finish it now is because I was inspired by a series that I started earlier this month with the ones that you see in front of me. I drew and painted Wolverine as Patch on a 12 by 16 artboard. If you guys want to check that out, go through my playlist, check out the videos, the live videos for this. You could get to see the whole penciling process, the painting process, the whole shebang. You could check it out. And then don't want that there. And then I went ahead and did Mr. Fix-It, Joe Fix-It, the Hulk, on a 16 by 20 artboard. Very proud of this one. Again, you can go into my playlist and check out the live streams for that. You get to see the pencil. You know what? You don't see the pencils. You only see the paint. I did the pencils on my own in the Sneaky. It was one of those things. I just finished Wolverine and I had energy, and it was on a day that I wasn't streaming, and I decided to draw it. But check out the painting. Go through my live stream. I just finished this one on Monday. And then yesterday I changed my streaming schedule to benefit me and my mental health. My physical health. So my new streaming schedule, if you're not aware, is Monday, Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hit me up with a heart and a like if you celebrate hump day. Every day. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. And yesterday I finished my writing. I finished my scheduled chores. I was going to start doing some yard work. And it started to rain, and it basically rained all day yesterday. So I did everything I needed to do inside the house. I had a ton of creative energy, but I wanted to stay true to my schedule and not stream, but I needed to do something creative for Schmel, and I did Doom. So this became the third piece of a series. Now it became a series of characters who are known like by single name, like Cher, Madonna, Doom, Wolverine, Patch, and Fix-It. This is drawn using, where are you? Blue pencil on 12 by 16 artboard. It is fixed and ready to be painted. I will not be painting this on any of my lives. I don't think. I will show you progress, but I think I'm going to keep this on a personal. I am recording the process though, and I believe this is going to be, I'm going to make it into a narrative video so I can slow down the process a bit. I think what happens is on the live streams, you don't get a lot of demonstration. You get more demonstration than you do guidance and technique and talking about technique. So I wanted to do that on my live stream and talk a little bit about the freedom of that pencil, the freedom of just letting stuff go, and using my techniques that I would use for graphite, like smoothing out harsh edges, blending and erasing and blending and erasing, and then preparing a canvas to be painted. So that was the third of the series, and then I wanted to keep going. I want to keep going bigger, but I knew the next piece after this was going to be something else. I'm already thinking about the next piece. I should be thinking about finishing this one. But early in my gouache career, I wish I would have dated this. This was a failed painting attempt. I think the drawing is rough. I think everything about it is not bueno, and I try to jump into it with some, pride and hubris, and then it kind of like fell on its face, and that's fine. It is what it is. I think it's time to do another one. That's what I've been feeling in my plums, to do another one. So if I'm going to redeem myself, it has to be big or go home. So I got a canvas ready. It's still in the plastic. What size are you, buddy? 18 by 24. I think this would be kind of like the Coupe de Gracie, a very cool way to kind of like solidify what the series is, or whatever it is, and solidify solidify something. Redeem myself on that terrible Galactus. I think it would be bananas to do it. I have no idea what I'm going to do either. Drawing while talking. Thank you about the compliment with my Doom poster piece. Thank you. I'm just going through a bunch of the stuff that I've been working on. I am, for you guys, for my peoples, for my viewers, I'm trying to organize myself a bit more. Keeping myself mentally stable, physically stable. So yeah, join me for that when that happens, guys. I'm telling you, it's gonna be great or terrible. Find out with me. But I had a ton of fun yesterday doing this thing. It was great. Not that I don't like hanging out with you guys and streaming with you guys live, but it was really cool for put on some headphones and just go nuts. I think that canvas is too big. But yeah, and just kind of like lose yourself a bit. Sometimes we need that as artists. I feel that you got to lose yourself in a piece or just in the process and entertain your mind and your body. Be one with yourself and do it. I know it's just Doom. It's just a cartoon, a comic book character. There's no moral story or anything in the background of this thing. It's just trying to draw a dude with a metal mask look cool. But I wanted to work on technique. I wanted to work on sharpening my measurements for typography. And I hate to have silence when I'm hanging out with you guys. But sometimes it happens. But I just really wanted to just focus and do this piece. But I will be sharing the whole process with you guys. It will be a narrative video, so I don't feel like I'm keeping it away from you guys. Because I'm not. But I needed to finish a previous series that I started and stopped. I'm going to show you guys that one. Earlier this year, when I started to do my live streams a bit more seriously, I one of the first streams I did was of Superman here on black media paper. Let me see if I can get a better shot for you guys. Black media paper using gouache. Simple colors, white and black, right, to make the grays and the variants, and then just vermilion, a nice bright fiery orange. So that was one of them. And then of course you can't have one without the other. These two guys. And what was cool about this is that I'm like, well, you can't have those two without Big Sister. And I haven't done her yet. And you guys know who I'm talking about. The Amazonian from The Mascara. Wonder Woman. So that's what I'm going to do today. So why not? Wednesday's a bit weird for some people, right? Because it's the middle of the week. You're either looking forward to the weekend, you're already looking forward and past. And I've been enjoying Wednesdays more as a turning point, a beginning, the tip of a hill, right? Monday and Tuesday feel like we're going uphill. Wednesday is a plateau, and then the slide down. And some people stand up there and look beyond into the horizon. Some people look towards the valley. What I look forward to and what I've been doing lately is new beginning. What's the next mountain? What's the next hill over there? I want to get over there. So I've been using my Wednesdays a little bit more that way. And it's just mental, really. It's just a frame of thinking and keeping organized and not feeling like Wednesdays has to be that let's get this week over with. And I don't like that. We have to enjoy these days. We have a limited amount of days. Not to be morbid, but we have a limited amount of days, a limited amount of years that we have to enjoy life, guys. I know there's certain things politically, socially, and financially that really do keep us down. It makes it very hard to do that, to simply just do that. To sit back and just not sigh in exasperation, but a sigh of relief. It's been difficult lately. And I thank you guys for hanging out with me. If I allow you to have that moment of peace, have that moment of unconscious thought, thank you. I thank you because you guys help me with unconscious thought. If that makes sense. It makes me happy being here with you guys. So let's do that. So today we're going to do Wonder Woman. I'm going to give her more presence than these guys. I don't want to just do a face or an angry face because she's a bit more than that. If you guys also, I do a very terrible, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't sell myself as much as I should. So here you guys go. These paintings are available in my Etsy store. So go to my Etsy store. Find me on my Etsy store. Here, boom. If you're interested in these, I have them in prints in larger sizes. They look fantastic. So do that. Buy yourself Superman, Batmans, and soon Wonder Woman. All right. I'm going to leave that there. Move that over. Hopefully you guys can see. I was going to share a little bit of what I have in here, but maybe I can do that later while we get bored. Ooh, pretty. Who's that? Ooh, pretty. Who's that? These are some OC characters that I'm working on. I am in the middle of writing what I feel is going to be an epic. No, I'm just kidding. Of writing what I would love for it to become a graphic novel, not comics or anything like that, although it has episodic beginning and endings and it's written into chapters. But my goal is to write a graphic novel, and I'm in it, and that's why I wanted to rearrange my schedule. I need several hours a day to seal my mind away in that world that I've created and creating and building to tell my story. This is one of the characters here, a young and old, although they look very similar in both. This is Kel Bray, the once father. He's the captain of the people of the world is set in kind of like an Hyborian Conan style barbarian era. Not quite. It's going to have some similarities, but it doesn't even need to be. It's just a fantasy world. And he's one of the characters that I am working on. I want to spend some time in my future live streams doing portraits like this, where I can show you my way of building up, creating these guidelines for me and what I'm thinking. I want to do more demos for you guys, demos and guidance videos, not so much teaching, not drawing 101, but more demos and demonstrations, and allow you guys to ask questions and interact with me. And I think that'll be kind of cool. I'll still do 2-hour videos, but what I'll do is like every 20 or 30 minutes as the live stream progresses, I'll address questions and stuff like that. But I wanted to show having an image, a reference image, side by side or not. See what we can do. Yeah. So there you go. That's the main characters here. Siblings. I kind of fubbed this up with some heavy fluid acrylic, but I may have to go over it with acrylic and not gouache, which is what I attempted. But this was a pretty cool, not accident, but just a situation. No drawing while talking, not the Christmas elves. Those are just on a shelf for the moment. I am going to do those, but it's just, I don't know, I was just compelled to sit back and just make a little bit more, do a little bit more, story-wise. It germinated from an idea I had of creating a story with no dialogue, and then I had a beginning, middle, and end. And as I began to flesh out this new story, it just kept expanding and expanding. I'm keeping myself to 12 chapters. I'm writing it that way. 12 chapters, 1 through 12, meaning 12 being the final. I think that helps me because I have no background or history in writing. Let's just get drawing, will you? But I know from reading and enjoying stories what I want and what to expect. Kind of. But no. To answer your question, not the Christmas story. I'm just gonna do a quick frame here. This is. I'm just doing a grid here, and I can't see my pencil mark. I might have to put this on, prop this up. Because you guys may not be able to see either. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. I'll do it flat. I'm trying to look at stuff. I'm glad you remember that though. I wanted to do something a bit more personal also. The problem with this here, immediately, you can't see. I might have to switch pencils. Can I see? Yeah, I can see now. Something different, awesome hearing, seeing how much you are working on. Yeah, I thank you. And yeah, the progress on that, all my fault, actually, it was kind of stagnant. I want to show you guys a quick tip that I do. It's not completely accurate, but but I use it as a guideline. I go by the Marvel, how to draw comics the Marvel way, and my male and female characters are pretty much, they're all superheroes in a sense. So there are 8 heads high or 9 heads high, depending. 8 to 9 heads, 10 if they're ginormous. So what I end up doing is I'll do my head here. I believe her eyes are going to be about right here. That's going to be her hairline. But what I do is I'm using my pencil. It's very rough. I put my middle finger on the top of the crown of the head, and I put my tip of the pencil on the chin where it would be the chin. And that is going to be my crude measuring. So from there, I move my middle finger to the chin and I mark and down. If I drew her smaller, you'll get more marks. So right now that is, and based on the Marvel method, her neck is about halfway, or the character's neck is about halfway. All these things change, but this is a really simple way for you to get the measurements of a character right away. That's what I use. And it doesn't matter if the person is lying or supine. I may do a gesture. I don't want to do it here. Well, you know what? The hell with it. I'll do a gesture. Let's say that's how I want them to flip. Put my head there. And very crudely go ahead and mark 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And here I can still, that's going to be the chest plate. The abdomen, not the abdomen, the groin, or the diaper, and then the legs. Now, it may be too big or too small depending on the character, but then that is still everything is built in that frame. Either big or small. This helps me completely. And it's how I build my characters quickly. It's how I build my compositions fairly quickly. When I'm just messing around trying to figure out how a character how I want them to flow, that's what I do. All right, so chin. So the clavicle. I don't know all the names of the anatomy of the human figure. You don't really need to. Does it help? Sure, if you want to sound like you know everything. If you want to impress your date's parents. So, quick measurements, right? And I knew, based on the Marvel method, that she should be about 3 heads wide, or give or take, depending on how boof you want your characters. In all of this, I'm doing all the measurements in my head, but I'm still keeping in line this piece. This is going to be the center of her chest, right? And we could draw it out if you want to. Center of the chest. If you knew some a bit anatomy, that'll be the chest plate. The upper body is basically a barrel. You gotta look at it in 3D space. And I use curves. A lot of people use squares or straight lines. I'm a curved type of dude. Right? And you draw through. These figurines that I use all the time are an amazing resource because of the way they are. I'm sorry for how bright it is behind me. It was raining yesterday. It was gray. It's a bit overcast today. I'll shut my shades off in a second. But these are, you know what? See that? I will suffer. I will suffer the dark for you. Here, let me put some tunes. I will suffer the dark for you guys. I still can't see it, but she's segmented, where the ribs would be, the chest plate, the hips, so that those kind of help me build these things. So when I say that, let's keep going here. I missed your previous previous comment. Drawing while talking. You read an issue of Tom King Batman today. It was great. Look at how each of them view each other, themselves, and their friendships. What's the name of the book? I do not have. Before I say that, let me scan my library real quick. Because every time I say I didn't. Okay, I have one Wonder Woman comic, and it's not even a comic. I'm gonna show you guys. So if you guys know any that I should read, that's not absolute. I know absolute. The absolute, but what I'm thinking about, storyline and the world is what's on Fuego right now. I really don't care for it. Not at the moment. I'll jump on the bandwagon maybe later. But right now, I don't care. But if there's anything that you guys know of that can share with me of a great run of Wonder Woman, let me know. I do not mind picking something up. Oh yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Should I call you DWT? Drawing? Should I call you drawing? She's big, because look how big her body is compared to her face. Plus, I'm drawing at an angle, so I'm going to have to make her head bigger. And a lot of this is, I'm going to keep in mind that aggressive black and color, like I did the original. These guys. Rebirth. Okay. Hey, let me show you what I have. That's it. Now, I have I have books where she is involved in them, but I don't have anything directly Wonder Woman related. Does that make sense to you? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna move these because it looks like the 2B pencil is the way to go. I'm gonna sharpen it. So, and I have nothing against Wonder Woman. I love me some Wonder Woman. I think she's awesome. I think she's fantastic. I love when they draw her not overly muscular, but I also love the way sometimes when they draw her like a thick, thick Amazonian, almost like CrossFit shape. Like I felt the way Snyder's Amazonian women looked. They were beautiful and muscular and big. Maybe it woke something up, but I also like some of their versions of Wonder Woman where she is not so big, just athletic. So go figure. All right, move stuff out the way. But this, shout out to Ollie's. It was only $2. The Rebirth of Wonder Woman. Yeah, and then, all right. I'm just gonna skim through this because some of this is dope. Some of it, it's all right. You know what's really cool at my local comic book shop? They have a version of this, of her first appearance in large Treasury edition, and I am so close to picking it up. I love David Finch. I do not like the way he draws certain women and certain characters. It is what it is. But you cannot fault the guy for the details. It could just be the way he draws eyes. I think he's had more luck drawing other characters. Jim Lee does nothing wrong. His Wonder Woman has always been beautiful, very athletic. I think that's Diana Connor. I love her. I don't know about I think his last name is Chan. I feel terrible. I don't know all of these artists offhand by name. Listen, Darwin Cook all day. I don't think that's him though. I love Darwin Cook. I have his Catwoman run. What is this? No page? No number. Amanda Connor, I call it. Cliff Chang is the guy I couldn't recall. Yeah, that is Darwin Cook. I love Darwin Cook's. The way they did his New Frontier, animated New Frontier, and they had Lucy Lawless, Xena herself doing the voice of Wonder Woman was beautiful. George Perez can't do no wrong. R.I.P. Georgie. And of course, Brian Boland. Some of these get a little... I mean, Terry Dodson draws a beautiful woman. But his women look a lot like Adam Hughes' women. So they must have studied in the same place. And they kind of look like... Yeah, there goes Darwin Cook. It's so good. Anyway. How cool was that shot? I tried reading The Rebirth and have not gotten far. Not found it I probably enjoy yet, other than The Adventures of Young Diana. That's cool. Yeah, dude, I don't know. And it's not... Ooh, I just lied to you. I do have some Wonder Woman books. One of them, this picture just reminded me. It's a bit of David Finch doing it. I just do not enjoy David Finch's work, and the story wasn't. Okay, let me rephrase that. I love David Finch's artwork. Just get that out the way. I just didn't like that story, and sometimes what happens if you don't like the story, you don't like the artwork either. Everything is together, and I didn't like it. It was boring. It was just, I don't know, and it's all right. You can say that. I can say that. We can say that. We all have our own opinions on anything. Um, yeah, I don't like that. To each his own, right? Different strokes for different folks. That's beautiful. See, Adam Hughes. Hey, can we? I don't. Does anybody know if has he's been recovering okay? I know he had some issues. Adam Hughes recently. Just keep him in your prayers, please. Anybody, everybody. George Perez is a beast, though. Okay. Yeah, I really want to find a Wonder Woman book that I can enjoy. So if you guys know of any, yeah, and nothing against Lynch. The dude is dope. I got some Batman of his, and I have some Justice League. It's just certain things, and I think, like I said, it's okay. he he doesn't. He's not ever gonna miss me as a fan, you know. But it's okay. Um, there's things of his that I would love to try to emulate. He's just too good. All right, so I'm thinking composition here. I'm gonna keep her hair black, so I'm just gonna do kind of like a puzzle shape of her hair because it's gonna be in highlight. The hardest thing is gonna be to um, now make her hair look big. But yeah, so I'm not into Absolute or the Absolute series. Not that I hate it, or it's just that I have not started or began to read it. I'm not really interested right now. Um, I have not been interested in anything new mainstream. I have been digging into more of the older stuff. I'm talking about 60s and 70s and or even older projects, stuff that I haven't caught, some from the 80s. I'm looking for a certain grittiness that I can't seem to find in some of the stuff that's new. I think some of the stuff that's new, uh, as beautiful as these as they are, it's just, I don't want to. I'm not here to trash anybody's art style. I think things are awesome. It's just that aesthetically, is just not my thing, and that is okay. But I think more of it is because I am studying. I'm studying older. I'm studying not my contemporaries, my artists that I want to emulate. So it doesn't give me a lot of time to want to look at the new stuff. And I'm sure it's dope. I'm trying to be one of the new guys. I'm trying to these old new guys, you know. Uh, but I'm trying to do a bit more with my art. I want to elevate my art a little bit. So I'm looking at a lot of the old masters, Cubic Kirby, Buscema, Alex Toth, those old school guys, Ramita, Dad Ramita. All right. I'm going to have the majority of her face in shadow because she is badass. So yeah, see, I lied. I did have a Wonder Woman. One of the things that I don't know if you know what Ollie's is. Ollie's is just like a local to me. They sell either overruns at cheap prices. If you're up north, it's probably a Ocean State job lot or a bargain outlet. So that's what they tickle. They scratch that itch, and they have these great comic book section, which I feel bad sometimes because they price down the books pretty a lot. But anyway, I spent when I moved down here, they were my comfort store, and I bought a ton of books and stories that I just missed because they have them in trade paperbacks. Sorry as I try to do my measurements here. The hardest part to do with this paper is I'm trying to... Normally, this left side of their face is going to be in shadow. That's what I have in my mind. I would sit here and just start rendering and scratching away. I'm trying to visually see those pieces without having to render all of that scratchiness. I want to keep the paper fairly clean, which is not going to happen. All right, where was I? Ollie's Wonder Woman. But yeah, Wonder Woman is dope, man, and I just feel like they have not done her right. And I was too young, and now I'm too far away from the rendition that I grew up with, which was the Linda Carter version. And people will swear by it, of course they will, because that's the first or the best. But they were really cheesy for that era. I just haven't seen anything, and it's hard to write something for someone who's so powerful, right? That's what makes Superman boring sometimes. So either you make her a fish out of water, which they've done and tried, not just with the latest movie with Gal Gadot, they did it with their animated movie, which was awesome. Which to me is the best version of Wonder Woman in animated form, besides the Justice League, the animated Justice League. That Wonder Woman is the best. I almost have to think in reverse. I am putting detail on the lips, but like I said, the majority is going to be black, so I am fighting myself. Striker CJ8425. Absolute question mark? No, sir, not absolute question mark. But it is Wonder Woman. I don't trust DC, you know? I know they're doing really, really cool stuff right now, but I do not trust DC, man, their last few runs, their last few resets, 52 rebirth, as you said, and 52 just leaves such a stink. uh, and it came after Flashpoint, right? Flashpoint and the Flashpoint paradox kind of like went that way, or created what 52 became. Ugh. Saboteur, welcome back. No jet lag for him. He ready to work. What's going on, Saboteur? How you doing? I'm trying to give him high cheekbones. Karimi said hi. I say hi back. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Hit that like, man. It's hump day. Hump day. Hit that like if you celebrate hump day. If you are a practitioner of the day of hump. Alright, so we're going to do white to black. Hair is black. Some blue in there. Making those bilios? Yeah, man. I see you, bro. Hello. Should leave it like that. That's so difficult. So yeah, if you guys are wondering why I'm doing this while you're hanging out, it's because a few months ago I did these two. This one first. Of Super Feller. Super Guy. And then I did Murciélago Man. What did they call him in Tick? Deflator Mouse? Batman's Mr. Murciélago, and I kind of like put the whole thing on hold. It was supposed to be all three of them, but I think it'll be dope. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna have to do? If she's gonna be in the center, maybe some harsh orange light on here. Orange light, regular tone. Harsh light at the end. Ooh, all right. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go for now. You enjoy reading the Rebirth era. First time favorites are Detective Comics. Yeah, James Tynion. That's him with Snyder? No. Is he writing and drawing? I have some of his. I went to town on his. Give me a second. Meh. Yeah, so the Rebirth, was that after 52? I can't remember. Anyway, I grabbed some. I have the Capullo run. I have some James Tynion. I know I do. Was he doing Eternal? Eddie Barrows. Did he do Eternal? Like I said, I bought so many of those at Ollie's. Shout out to Ollie's. Support your local artist, Ollie's. Um, but I didn't dig the Court of Owls. I know they made a big deal out of it, but it's just certain things. Following 52. Okie dokie. Yeah, you see, there's so many. Ooh, your boy didn't eat no breakfast. I don't know if y'all heard my guts. Yeah, the Eternal stuff is not too bad. So those are the era of that I was able to grab from Ollie's and not really have to pay attention. Just pick them up and read them and enjoy the artwork. I think Tinian is dope. His artwork is really good. Not him, but the people he was having the runs with. The runs. Gravy. Alright, so I'm gonna do, this is gonna be light. I really wanted to read the Earth 1, Earth 2s, I think they were Earth 2, where they kind of like, I think they kind of like leaned into Alfred being military. He had the prosthetic leg, that type of stuff, and showing Batman Bruce how to fight. I might as well draw the whole thing. Alright, so that's going to be orange, orange, and then over here it's going to be orange. And that's black. The hardest part is going to be how much do we show in color? Yeah, Sabo, they and again, and then they end up redoing everything, and I guarantee you they weren't expecting to expand so much in the absolute world, but it went gangbusters, and then they put all their chips in. I guarantee it. I can't do Marvel either. Marvel, I think I have a book in here, House of X, the whole Hellfire God, all that stuff. It's like what is happening? They're all live together, they're all hanging out. I just don't know, man. Ooh. The hardest part here is going to be emphasizing the light. This may very well turn into an unmitigated disaster. All right. I think we'll just keep drawing, and then I think what I'll end up doing later on is I want you to do some paints. Guys, this thing has been an amazing purchase. A wet palette, has a sponge underneath that you just saturate with water, and you put they have palette paper, their own, that's really thin. This is actually Strathmore palette paper that I cut in half. Not Strathmore, B company. Is a little thicker than what they provide, but this is the same paint that I used on Monday. This thinner part is dry, but you can still, there's a little tackiness to it. Look how shiny that black is. It's just been sealed here. So anyway, yeah, Sabo, I can't do it. I can't do it. I go right by it, which is good because that means that all my time is going to be on the older stuff. Speaking of, bruh, this came in yesterday for me, just for me. I got a couple. I have another artist edition, DC War. Let me move my camera back. You have to see this, and then I'll get back to drawing. I promise. Yeah. Oh man. I don't even bother telling my family what I want for Father's Day. I just get it because they won't understand. But dude, I cannot. I've only looked at this a couple of times. I have yet to sit down properly with like a cup of joe and just quietly. This thing is beautiful. From the stuff that I've looked at, absolute beautiful. These guys, Heath, Kirby, Kubert, Severin, and Toth. What's really amazing, all of those artists are World War veterans drawing and inking this stuff. I might have to change. Sorry guys, in the vertical, you may not be able to see every bit of this artwork or this book. But what you do see, you appreciate. Hey, we got company. It's so good, Sabo. The stories are dark, obviously. I've been digging a ton of Kirby artwork, Kubert artwork, a lot of Sergeant Rock. Hold on, man, what's going on, my dog? All right. Now I'm gonna let him bark next time because these friggin' salesmen, man, they walk right by the no soliciting. Anyway, I'm gonna skip through this. Yeah, this is one of those books for me. I don't want to rush through this. I've gone through a bunch of my other artist editions. This one really I want to be looking at. How they did lines, how they did lines. Heyo. How they build their form. But one of the coolest treats in here is they have certain sections of pencil. And one of them in particular is so mind-blowing. I can't, Lord, help me speak. Mind-blowingly awesome for an artist to see from these guys. But yeah, bruh, what? Blue line pencil, graphite pencil. Oh, how rough it is. I can't even see what perspective they put it in, if any. Like, I don't. It's badass. Anyway, this is one of those cuts. A beautiful Alex Toth story. I need to. If he had, is there any more? Do you guys know if there's any more Alex Toth artisan style books? I have some of the stuff on EC, the EC Comics artist edition. But anyway, these are so cool. But it's so big. These things are so big. They really are just for an artist to look at and appreciate. Look at the whiteout. Anyway, that's one. This one was released yesterday. Another artist by the name of Ginger Bear House. That's his house. That's his channel. Make sure you go check him out if you can. He showed me from the Star Wars manga a couple of pictures. Made me want to go find the manga. Couldn't find it anywhere. It's probably out of print, I'm sure. Or everywhere I saw it was uber expensive, and I'm like, I'm not into it. Then I saw this thing, The Art of Star Wars. I want to make sure I give this due credit. Where are you? Where's your name? Hisao Tamaki. Or Tamaki Hisao. And it's just, it really is a beautiful piece of work. It looks so modern. It looks so modern in technique and line. Look how tight. This thing is 1977. There's a shot of Han Solo in here that's dope. How do you do that? This one, I actually wish it was bigger. That's what she said. Well, that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. How do you do that? Yeah, you're just staring at models all day. Anyway, sorry guys. I know you guys was expecting some Wonder Woman art, and you're gonna get it. I gotta show you this Han Solo, because it's just so freaking cool. Does that anger people when people do this to their comic books? Look at that shot. What? I think I might end up doing that. I would love to copy that image. It's in the original Japanese translation, with the English translation on the right. What's really kind of funny is they give you the 11122122, like it tells you where. So I'm assuming that's Because you read from right to left. I'm Han Solo, 2-1. You know, the captain of the Millennium Falcon. There's a really cool line in here. Sorry, Sabo. I'm sorry, man. What else have I gotten? Blame Ginger Bear House for that. I blame myself for this. And then I got one last cool thing to show you. I'm not the biggest Capullo fan. I do enjoy some of his artwork, not all of it. And again, we already had that discussion about DC and their storylines and the bleh involved. I could care less about Dark Knight's medals when that thing came on. I could not care less. I looked at it, all the different versions, and just didn't care at all. But Rob Norton had picked this thing up and reviewed it. And the only reason why I want it was because, very much like an artist edition, this thing shows you Capullo's pencils and Jonathan Glapian's inks. Now, what blew my mind was the symbiotic relationship between an inker and a penciler. There's so much that Capullo doesn't show that his inker puts in. Capullo has this amazing ability to see dark and shadows in his drawings without putting them all in. Let me see if I can find an example. Yes, he spots his blacks and stuff like that, but still. He, like this. I'm going to show you the inked version. Look at all the inks on that. Now, when I look at David Finch, for example, or even McFarlane and Eric Larson, because I think Eric does his own inks. So that's interesting. If I had an inker, see, when I draw and I ink, I don't consider or I don't draw with the inker in mind. And I don't ink with the painter in mind, because I'm the one that does the whole process. I draw, ink, and paint. So when I draw, I don't try to be as clean as possible. I don't care for some of those things. I just want to draw and draw as tight and get it as rendered as humanly possible. And then it puts me in a pickle when I try to ink. For instance, right, when I did this piece of Doom, I'm gonna have to change this camera. When I did this piece of Doom, I just wanted to draw my ass off and render it as good as possible, as good as I can. I really didn't consider the inker. I wasn't even thinking that far. I am thinking about color, so I almost bypassed the inker. So I printed it out this morning. I printed it twice. I printed it a little bit smaller to fit on a comic book style page. And then I'm looking at it like, how the hell am I going to ink this? So you see what I'm saying? Like, even with me, there's no symbiotic or hive mind mentality between the inker in me and the penciler in me. It's really kind of nuts. It really is. And even though there were some pieces in here that I even attempted to put some X's on where I was gonna put in dark, in shadow, or in pure black. I didn't. I said the hell with it. I'm not gonna. Who cares? It's mine. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying? Oh, and Sab, I was watching a little bit of Omer's yesterday, and you guys were talking about Doom, his version of Doom, and that I may have been inspired. Nah, man, I just wanted to show you guys how it's done. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. His version was cool. I'm just real. Omer has been on fire. And I try to tell him all, as much as possible, in case he don't feel it. The dude has been on point. And that Doom that he did was awesome. And it actually did inspire me to do the next piece for my Patch Wolverine and now Doom. Don't tell him that, because then his head will blow up. So we'll just keep it competitive. Yeah, I wanted to show him how it's done. I wanted to do a Crocodile Dundee. That's not Doom. This is a Doom. Where was I? The relationship between the inker and the penciler. Look at all the darks. And then look at all the lights, the pencils that's not there. Like, what the hell? Caputo has an amazing knack to seeing his shadows without having to put them in. That's really crazy. It's crazy. It's a testament to his skill and then lack of mind. So it's just really beautiful. I know you know what? He does have some penciling in there in shadow. Maybe he erases it. These scans are really light. Unless, is there any comic artist in here? Is that as light? You can't even see the guidelines. Because according to Strathmore. Anyway. So I wanted to see that. This is what I wanted to study. I wanted to study the connection between the penciler and the inker. And being able to draw what I want without having to draw everything that I want to make it look how I want. Does that even make sense? Who knows? All right, I think I might have deleted some. Okay, let me put these away. These tomes of great art. What else? Is that it? Is that it? So that's the thing. That's what I've been doing mostly. I've been doing a lot of studying, or trying to. I surprisingly haven't been seeing a lot of varying paintings. The only person lately that I've been kind of like that I've been going back to look at his artwork is Glenn Fabry. There's something about his art that has caught my eye lately. Yeah, and I even bought Thor Viking, this old series that's really violent, that Fabry did the artwork to. All right. So everything I've been trying to go through and experience mentally is to get better. Is to elevate the artwork. lot of barbarian books to help me kind of like get my story together, get my placing together. That nose is too high. And the inking stuff, I need to learn how to render horses and taverns and all this crazy stuff. All I know is that when I do get my stuff together, finish my story, it's gonna be freaking good. That's all I want it to be. Very good. Gooder. I wanted it to be gooder. It's not necessarily, but it's going to be set in a barbarian world or medieval. I don't know what it is. Not necessarily barbarian, but yes. Not a lot of magic, some mysticisms. It's going to be a mix of beliefs and Valkyries involved, so a bit of Valhalla speaking, but not necessarily Vikings, that type of stuff. It's going to be an amalgamation of a little bit of everything, a little bit of nothing. You want to do a pinup? That'd be dope. I'll share some. So this was one of the first pinups for my characters. Siblings, older sister Ifo, younger brother Enix. I'm just trying to play with the dynamics. Nature versus nurture. She's a badass, but they all love everybody in their village at whom they defend and protect. And ooh, pretty. Their uncle, the captain, the once father. Young him, old him. That'd be him in certain flashbacks. I'm still trying to. I'm not doing a lot of world building. I'm kind of like going to throw you in there. So a lot of the things have to be familiar, right? Familiar jargon, familiar ways of speaking, no new languages, no new gods, that type of stuff. It's just going to be okay so that you can go right in. I'm doing it a bit. The way I've been doing this story is I would write a multi-paragraph description of what I want, and then this, and this, and this, and then from beginning to end, and then I'll take it and I'll reread it and I'll put it into script form with page and panel, so that and I have it set up in chapters, almost as if each chapter is an issue. But what I really want to do is release it, or, you know, I'm not even going to think about publishing or anything like that. I want to finish it, but I am having the mindset of it being in comic book form and in graphic novel form. So as I'm writing it and I'm putting it together, it's going to be 12 chapters. So 12 chapters, 12 issues, no matter how long or short. I'll do what I have to do. And then into volumes, volume 1, 2, and 3. The first every 4 chapters is a volume or something along that nature. So I'm thinking of cliffhangers. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. That's all I'm going to say. And I've never been more driven about putting text down, writing stuff and taking notes and committing time to it than ever. The drawing while talking mentioned about the Christmas one with my elves, mistletoe, and holly, which I still have. I'm just setting it aside, but there's other stories that are manifesting and coming out that I really want to put into paper. All the while I'm doing some study pieces for my judges, my rendition for the Book of Judges to put into story and artwork, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that as single page or single art piece with scripture or full comic book form. But yeah, there's a ton, man, and I am, like I was saying earlier, there's so many. We have a very limited, a finite amount of days. We ain't got no time to be afraid to do this, that, and the other. Gotta do it, man. Alright, I just want to look at her armor. That's kind of like the movie armor. It doesn't matter. I don't think I have a choice. I'm gonna have to put this in here so I can see, and it'll keep me but yeah, dude, what? I would love that. I would love to have you do a pinup, man. That'd be dope. Jom. J-O-M. What was that book? Which book? What are you talking about? Oh, this book? This coloring book? I was calling myself out earlier about not having any Wonder Woman centric themed comic books from DC, and that's a lie. I think I have two that I'm not very happy about. But I gave it a shot. One of them ends in a cliffhanger now that I'm thinking back. In a cliffhanger. It's a trade paperback that ends in a anyway. And a little bit of David Finch run. But yeah, this thing I have 3 of these books. These are the other 2 that I have. Batman Hush, Volume 1. And the reason I bought these, one, because the artwork is beautiful, but the black and white art. I have nothing against Sinclair's coloring, digital coloring. Yo, yes sir, from Ollie's. And Ollie Knight, are you part of the Ollie's army, bro? It's the closest that I'm gonna get to a artist edition Batman, Jim Lee artist edition. I have his X-Men stuff up there, and I have the art book, The Art of Jim Lee. It's all right. I have Jim Lee unwrapped, his Justice League run. It's just too noisy. That I don't really get to look at and enjoy, but this one is not bad. It's just so good. This is another one of those relationship betwixt, you like that? Nice little booty shot. of Scott Williams and Jim Lee. Ooh, I had a thank you, JOM, John Fish. I appreciate the sub. Thank you so much, man. Come back, hit the like, hit the love button. And thank you, man. I look forward to seeing you in future lives. And this one, of course. This is probably the only chance I'll get to owning just the black ink, the ink work of Bruce Timm. I drew this piece here. I got it somewhere in ink. It's just so good. So I bought them with that in mind. Oh, you know, $2 versions of an artist edition. Hell yeah. Frugal Schmel. I don't play, bro. Alright, I'm not going to do that here. I just need to make sure this stays dark. And I can paint around it. It's dark. And then I'll erase it as best as I can. So Sabo, you guys were talking about me, bro? I knew my ears were ringing. I'm just kidding. It's good to be loved. It's good to be thought of. In a good way, always. Link! How you doing, Link? I've been drawing some hard edge characters lately. It was a good idea to soften it up a bit and draw a female character that can just kick your ass just the same. Link says, you was watching a guy ink last night. He was good. Dane Create. I'll have to check him out. And you've been watching from the sidelines. I appreciate that always. I seen you, man. That acrylic glass you did was dope. Still life escapes me. Yeah, we were talking about Doom. All right, so. Okay. All right. I think my landmarks are in place. The stuff that I filled in pencil, it's actually going to stay pure black. It's going to be the matte paper. But I need it there so that I can have a cutout of where to draw or paint afterwards. So, and then I'll just erase it after, and hopefully it'll erase completely. Okay, light. So we're gonna build light out. So because of this wet palette, I think I might find one of my first challenges. Because the paint is going to stay highly pigmented because I don't need to introduce so much water. For these two pieces, I needed the water to dilute and build up, which gives it such really cool effects in terms of highlights on the cape and then intensity of the eye. Where's Batman? So I don't know. I'm gonna have to be a bit more careful and meticulous with my next step. And I want to see if I can clean some of this. I think I'm gonna keep the color scheme the same. So I'm gonna have to add some red and orange. Also, can I say, if Windsor Newton, if you're listening, hit your boy up. These have been amazing. These aren't the artist edition. These are the less expensive. I think this ran me $20 or so. If you guys are interested in any equipment or any type of supply that I show, you let me know. I'll send you guys links or whatever and show on the description. I'll rearrange it as best I can. But it all may be psychosomatic. Yeah, I'm about to give them their flowers and take a few back and prune them a bit. I'm thinking that these I'm gonna call them student grade or mid grade Winsor & Newton. Although they're good, they're benefiting from the fact that I'm not using as much water to blend and mix and activate as I have been while I've used my Hemi and my Artezas. So, although they get high marks, they're being graded on a curve. So, I'm going to add... your boy needs some agua. But while we here and we making it happen, give me a hot second, party peoples. I'm gonna put some water in my container, and I'll be right back. John, the paint I use is gouache. I've learned that if you're gonna say gouache, you have to say it like goofy. Gouache. But no, these are gouache paints. I am a gouache painter. That is my medium of choice right now. Yeah. I'm a gouache painter. I might start adding and introducing acrylic to my repertoire. Just because of the way I use gouache, I think that I would be all right with acrylic. I've used acrylic before. It's not, damn, where are my... I'm trying to find my... Give me a second, y'all. You know what I can't find, sweetheart? Damn. Anyway. Listen, if you don't say gouache like Goofy, are you really even saying gouache? That's all I know. That's all I know. So this is the kind of stuff that I was doing when I was doing acrylic. Using acrylic. This is probably one of the better ones I've done. I swear, the way time flies. This was April of 2015. I was doing a lot of, is it Sir Mitchell? Sir Mitchell had a bunch of these style portraits. My weird moose, or whatever the heck that is, deer. Oh, deer. My daughter said that this would be better this way because now it looks like a dragon peeking through the canopy. I don't know why. So when I was learning to use acrylic, every video that I would watch was more or less it was a tutorial video on how to do something like that, how to do the trees, canopies, stuff like that. But it's not. And I think that's why I kind of pushed away from it after a while. This one's my wife's. I love this. She doesn't like it. I love this piece. Look at that. Simple, powerful. There's movement there. So I couldn't use it in a way that reflected the way I wanted to use it, if that makes sense. But I did a commie house painting in acrylic that I'm super proud. I am proud of these. They mean something to me. But I wish I would have kept going. There you go. I wish I would have kept going. But I stopped. And then I could not, I could not for the life of me restart. This was actually one of my last acrylic paints. I did this one 5 years ago in January. I was trolling myself. Like, my mind doesn't work like this. And this was using techniques and then trying to come up with something. I'm not a canary. I'm not a canary. If that's a canary, then I definitely don't know how to paint cardinal. I'll tell you what, though. That butterfly? What? The little things. 5 years ago. It feels longer. And then using reference, of course. That's how long I've had these black canvases. Did I date this? I didn't even date it. But I couldn't mentally transition to what I wanted to use them for. Man, I can't find it. Now I'm kind of bummed out. Like, I have a coffee table book of my own digital art. That was the 20 plus years ago. I think the last one being almost 10, 15 years ago. When I thought that was going to be my jam. I must have put it somewhere. I must have. I swear I had it with me a few days ago. Anyway, when I find it, I'll share it. Yes, she paints. She's just as creative. More so. All right. What do I got? About 15 minutes. I think we should start. I'm going to do a little bit. And then I'll probably end the... I'm going to end the stream like in about 15 minutes. But I will be back later on today. Around 3 or 4 o'clock. Probably 3. I might have to pick up a liner brush. Not that one. Not that one. So I'll start something and we'll go from there. I'm just looking for flat brushes, which what I normally use to mix my paints. There you go. I think that'll work for me right now. Plus I'm not gonna do too much, like I said. But I want a small victory. I want to see if I can put something in her eye. If the flowers were actual butterflies. Yeah, that'd be nice. All right. I pretty much have all the colors I need anyway. It probably won't be direct gray. I want to use some of this blue I have up here. That was green. Don't want to use that. I don't want to add too much color. Maybe I do. Who knows? Who cares? Let's see what this brush is going to do. All right. One thing I learned, guys, gals, when uncorking these tubed paints, don't open them over your canvas. Some may be crummy and drop crumbs. Some may have water and ruin your painting. I'm just trying to mix a reddish orange, vermilion-esque, because I want it to match. I'm going to put these guys in front of me so we can maintain that intensity. We'll put you guys right here. What's up, kiddo? That right there. All right. I need a small victory here. Is gouache better than acrylic? That's always I don't know enough about either of them, JOM, to give that profound of an answer. Oof. I like gouache. There's a certain amount of a difficulty to use them, which is really right now what I feared the most when I started with them. There's a fear with every medium. Let me re-answer. I'll start over. I feel no, it's not better. It's not better or worse. I think that in the hands of a good artist, they can do amazing things. But they're so versatile. Gouache is. Oh, you guys can't see that. Um, Extremely versatile. You could treat them like watercolor. You can kind of treat them like acrylic, where you can go from white over dark, dark over white, that type of stuff. This is a number 7. And these are, I wouldn't even consider, these are very inexpensive. These are very inexpensive. A wholesale. A wholesale? Isn't that what you call somebody that cuts you off in traffic? Yeah. But it's a number 7. They got a series of numbers in there. From 2. Alright, you know what? I'm painting scared. Let's get this out of the way. There's nothing like painting scared. Alright, let's go for it. This is mixed media paper. It's not all that what's the word I'm looking for here? This is Canson Graduate mixed media black paper, 147 pounds, 240. Is that grit? What's the G over M squared stand for? Anybody? Stickers, heart stickers for whoever can tell me. But JOM, the reason I got into acrylic, gouache, is it was during lockdown, during COVID. I saw so many amazing artists using it. It's kind of weird. It's having a weird effect here. And they were mainly using it to do Studio Ghibli, landscapes and stuff like that, which I love Studio Ghibli. But I was just enamored with the way they used it. I found out that Alex Ross uses it for his paintings. So you know how that goes. Oh snap! If he uses it, and then I'll use it. I'll be just as good as him. I can paint just like him. Grain. That's what I figured. Grain. Grit. Gouache. Ay. I don't know what's going on, Can you guys see how chalky that paint is drying? Did I find the chink in it could be because my palette was dirty too. That is fantastic. One of the artists I watched said Art Soul instead of I'm not that. Well, the way this thing is coming on chalk is going to change a lot. It's going to give a different vibe to this picture. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover mentally from that change. But we keep going. All right. Few more minutes. I gotta leave you guys with a little bit of wow. So let me. I got these brushes. I buy these beautiful brushes and I never use them. I bought this specific brushes. These King Art Finesse Premium brushes, thinking that they would be a good alternative to the Winsor Newton Series 7s. They're not. They're too soft. It might be good for oil. I don't know enough about painting to know which type of brush to use for what. All I know is that I needed a firmer brush, but these are beautiful. And I've seen, who did I see? There's an artist that uses these Japanese watercolor brushes. And the color is supposed to determine which one is stiffer than the other. Have yet to use them, but one day. But I use these watercolor brushes. I love these. They hold so much water. And they're good for doing washes. All right, so I'm just trying to get some. What I want is a gray, because I want to build up. All right. Bravery test right here, and then we leave for the night. For the afternoon. So, I'm gonna let the music play me out, guys. I'm gonna finish this wash, and I will see you guys in the afternoon. So, thank you for joining me. This is Art to the Round Table. My name is Mello. God bless you, love you, mean it. And until later on this afternoon, see you later. Enjoy later. Bye-bye.